Good morning everyone. This is Professor Gilmet here, and in this video I want to show you how to use Excel to fill out a truth table. Right? So this can be a much easier and less error-prone way to fill in truth tables, but it does take some practice. So since several of my students have asked for a video with worked out examples, here we go. All right. If you want to know how to translate from sentences to symbolic logic, please check out my other videos. I really want to focus on filling in a truth table using Excel. And so our first example is P and Q, then Q or not R. Right? So here we need to start with the standard three-statement setup. Okay? So I click on the tab in the Basic Logic Spreadsheet to open it. Once I've done that, I need to determine each column heading. So we have two sets of parentheses. So we can start with one on the left and work our way right. In the first parentheses, we already have P and Q, but we need P and Q together. So that goes in the next column. P. Right. No, I would just type out the and not insert the symbol. That is too much work for a problem we're going to erase after we're done. After that, we see a second set of parentheses. And we see we need not R before we can do the or. So the next column is not R. Then the next column is Q or not R. Now there are no more parentheses, and this means we can do the conditional as the last column. Alright, so the fourth column has the connective and Excel has a command for this which makes it easy to enter into the spreadsheet. We simply type in equals to let Excel know it's a formula, and to let Excel know which command we want. We're going to have A1, 2, sorry. To let Excel know which is the first part of the and connective, B2 to let Excel know which is the second part of the and connective, and then enter to let Excel know we are finished. Okay, so the fifth column has the not. Excel has a command for this which makes it easy to enter into the spreadsheet. We simply type in equals to let Excel know it's a formula, not to let Excel know which command we want, C2 to let Excel know which is the statement to have the opposite truth value, and enter to let Excel know that we are finished. The sixth column has the disjunctive or. Excel has a command for this which makes it easy to enter into the spreadsheet. We'll simply type in equals, right, to let Excel know it's a formula, or to let it know which command we want, B2 to let it know which is the first part of the disjunctive, and then E2 to let it know which is the second part of the disjunctive. And then enter to let Excel know we are finished. Okay. The last column has the conditional if-then. Excel has a command for if. Okay. Sorry. Excel has a command for if that acts like a conditional. However, it is designed to be very flexible, so we need to give it very specific information to get the correct truth values. If we look back at the Basic Rules tab, we see that the conditional is only false under one set of circumstances. If the premise is true and the conclusion is false, then the conditional is false. Otherwise, everywhere else, it is true. Okay? We use this fact to enter in the appropriate information. So we simply type in equals to let Excel know it's a formula, if to let Excel know which command we want, and to set up the conditions for the false conditional, D2 equals true. This lets Excel know to look for the times the premise is true. F2 is false. This lets Excel know to look for the times the conclusion is false. False. If the and is true, then the conditional is false. So Excel will fill in the cell with false. True. If the and is false, then the conditional is true. So Excel will fill the cell with true. Enter to let Excel know that we are finished. In general, note, this is the basic structure for all conditionals. The only thing that changes are the cells. In general, it looks like this. Equals if, and, premise equals true, conclusion equals false, false, true. Alright. At this point, the formulas are all set up. To fill in the table is a simple matter of copying the cells with formulas and pasting those formulas into the remainder of the cells. So I'm going to click and grab the cells D1, actually this is D2. Okay. Right click and select copy. Click and drag D3 through G9. Right click and select paste. There are many options, but the first is fine. Click save to prevent it from copying any more data. So this concludes the example. I really hope it helps you understand Excel better and increases your ability to use it for truth tables. If it does, then we are all happy. Till next time.